I'm so excited to share with you the past, present, and future of Litchfield Park, Arizona, the city that I call home. Litchfield Park was named after Paul Weiss Litchfield, who was a factory superintendent in the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company in Akron, Ohio. Came to the Salt River Valley in 1916 to convince farmers that they should grow cotton for the company. Prior to him coming here, cotton was grown in Egypt, and they wanted to find a climate that was similar to the climate in Egypt where they were getting their cotton from. And so they chose this area. Mr. Litchfield wanted to convince the farmers to grow the cotton, but he was unable to do that. However, he did go back to Akron, and he was able to convince the executives in the company to buy and lease land in this area so that they could have their own cotton grown. We are headed to the Wigwam Resort to check out the first 2 stops on the guided tour. Of course, we're not walking because it's 116 degrees. But in springtime, this would make a good walk.
Also on this property is the landmark wooden arch. This arch has welcomed visitors over the years and stands today as a reminder of the past. In 2022, the resort was named the best historic resort in America by Historic Hotels of America. The resort continues to receive honors for its historical significance.
The first stop on our walking tour is the fireplace room. The fireplace room in the Wigwam Resort is the oldest room in the resort and was part of the organizational house, which later became the first building in the Wigwam Resort. Executives visited here after it was completed in 1919. The Wigwam Guest Ranch, renamed in 1929, became a retreat for the rich. It became popular with the rich and famous after World War II. This room is not a part of the walking tour, but it is the 5C room. The 5 C's of Arizona are citrus, cotton, copper, cattle, and climate. And there's an element in this room that represents each of them. In 2022, the Wigwam Resort was named the best historic resort in America by the Historic Hotels of America. We are passing by St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Mission. This mission was built by Catholic employees of the Southwest Cotton Company and dedicated October 23, 1923. The mission grew, and there is now a large Catholic church and school complex on Thomas Road. Many hope this historic facility will be used again one day. Litchfield Elementary School began as a one-room schoolhouse in 1917. In 1928, a high school was added to the site. Today, Litchfield Elementary School is a part of the Litchfield School District number 79. The community hall was the place where the people of Litchfield Park held their community events, and community events are still important today in Litchfield Park. Paul Litchfield was a descendant of the Pilgrims, and he was said to have a great love for America. This intersection has housed a flagpole throughout the history of the city. Paul Litchfield was the president and CEO of Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company from 1926 until 1940. He made a special request that these palm and orange trees be planted.
World War II Memorial. Ceremonies take place on this spot each Memorial Day and Veterans Day. In 2007, the Litchfield Park Historical Society erected this structure to replace a wooden billboard built during World War II to honor Goodyear Farm employees that served in the military.
The rec center was originally known as the Litchfield Park Club. It opened in 1966 with tennis courts, basketball and volleyball courts, activity rooms, and a swimming pool. This is still a place families enjoy together. The Florence Britton Litchfield Memorial Library was named after Paul Litchfield's wife.
It was built in 1970, but prior to it being there, this site was known as La Placita, which is a place where many of the employees of Mexican heritage would gather for Mexican fiesta. The professional buildings were built in the 1960s and was a part of what was known as the New Town movement in city development. Circumstances in Litchfield Park did not allow for this movement to take off, but this building stands as a reminder of this time. Architect Benny Gonzalez, one of the first two graduates of Arizona State University School of Architecture, designed this building and a number of other buildings in the city. Next stop, City Hall. Originally the office building for the Southwest Cotton Company and Goodyear Farms, this is now the site of Litchfield Park's City Hall. Now the site of the Park Cafe, this was originally a general store built in 1970. Ownership has changed over the years and has been rebuilt after two fires, one in 1918 and the other in 1943. The arcade outside the buildings in this area was built by famed architect Benny Gonzalez. What is now Papa Paul's Restaurant was a drugstore built in 1928. The drugstore had a soda fountain and closed its doors in 1999. The building has housed the framing shop and art gallery, and it was also a dance studio. The church at Litchfield Park was built in 1939, and it was an agreement between Paul Litchfield, the Wigwam Resort, and the Goodyear Tire Company. The agreement was if the Wigwam was able to sell alcohol, the Goodyear Tire Company would build this church. And this was built as a Protestant church for all denominations. This Boy Scout Lodge was built in 1954 and is believed to be the oldest continuously operating Boy Scout lodge in the country. It is home to two troops, Troop 90 and Troop 99. Paul Litchfield believed in the principles and values instilled through Scouting, so he was a supporter of the Boy Scouts. Now that we've completed this historic downtown tour, let's look at future development in Litchfield Park. Litchfield Square is a 26-acre mixed-use development. Infrastructure construction began in July of 2021 and is expected to be completed in December of 2024. When this area is fully developed, it will contain restaurants, shops, office space, residential areas, and a 2.5-acre park and a location for special events. Directly across from the future Litchfield Square is an empty lot that is being proposed to be a mixed-use, multi-family residential and retail development. This will allow additional residents to join this wonderful community.